whispers begin long before the truth appears. When your spirit grows brighter, someone in the shadows often tries to walk in your light. I am Shi Yi, and today I want to speak about a presence most people never notice until it's too late. The one who studies you, copies you, and tries to step into the path written for you. In ancient circles, this was known as the shadow thief. Not a ghost, not a superstition, a person who imitates your essence, hoping your destiny will open for them. Many experience this without understanding it. You sense someone watching your steps, repeating your words, mirroring your choices. Their actions feel strangely familiar, yet empty. In this teaching, you will learn why this happens, how ancient Shaolin wisdom explains it, and the signs that reveal when someone is trying to move into the space meant for you. Stay with me, because by the end of this message, you will understand three truths: how energy attracts both admiration and envy, how a copied identity eventually collapses, and how to protect yourself without fear, only awareness. You will hear lesser-known principles our ancestors used to guard their spirit, teachings rarely spoken about outside the temple, and as we move deeper, a pattern will unfold: how shadows behave when they try to steal blessings that were never theirs. This knowledge matters because your path becomes clearer when you learn to see who walks beside you and who walks behind you. The goal of this teaching is not suspicion, but clarity. Not fear, but mastery. If you're ready to understand why your light draws both followers and imitators, then you are in the right place. Welcome to Shaolin Soulfire. Subscribe, stay centered, and let us begin this journey together. Silence often speaks before the word does. When the outer noise fades, the inner realm becomes clear enough to reveal truths you once overlooked. I am Shi Yi, and this is where the principle of Shen begins, in the quiet place within you that notices what your eyes cannot see. Shen is spirit awareness. It is not a dramatic sensation, not a sudden shock. It is a subtle shift, like a slight change in the wind before a storm arrives. When someone is mimicking you, copying your movements, or trying to step into your destiny, the disturbance is rarely loud. It is felt first as a small tightening in the chest, a moment where your intuition tilts its head, as if listening to something behind you. In the temple, we were taught that the spirit moves faster than thought. The body reacts before the mind understands why. When a person tries to use your energy for their own gain, your Shen feels the imbalance instantly. You might find yourself pausing mid-action, sensing a strange echo around your life. Someone repeating your path. Someone walking too closely to your identity. This awareness is not paranoia. It is recognition. The same way a musician notices when a single note falls out of harmony, your spirit notices when someone's intention does not match their outward behavior. Their words feel familiar, yet lack the depth you carry. Their presence feels aligned with you, yet strangely hollow. Shen teaches you to trust this first signal, not to react, not to fear, but to observe. When your awareness sharpens, you stop being surprised by people's hidden motives. You begin to see beyond their actions and into the space from which those actions arise. Awareness is the first layer of protection. Before any technique, before any discipline, before any boundary, the spirit warns you, and when you listen, you step back into your own center, where your light cannot be copied and your path cannot be stolen. Every path begins with a single spark inside the mind. Yi, intention, is that spark. It is the quiet force that shapes every action long before the body moves. In Shaolin teachings, intention is the root and movement is only the branch. When someone tries to copy your life, they may replicate the branches, but they can never touch the root that feeds them. True intention carries an energetic weight. It has depth, history, discipline, and the silent prayers you made along the way. It holds the lessons you learned in struggle and the strength you forged in solitude. This is why a copy never feels the same. Their actions may resemble yours, but the frequency behind their choices is empty. They imitate the surface, not the spirit. Ancient masters would often say, a technique without intention is a body without breath. This is why an impersonator always reaches a limit. They can repeat your words, mirror your habits, even pursue the same goals, but the signature behind your actions is unique. Intention leaves an imprint on everything you do, a subtle vibration that others can sense but cannot reproduce. There is a story told in the old halls of the temple. Two students practiced the same form, learned from the same teacher. Their movements matched perfectly. Yet when the master observed them, he said one held power while the other held performance. The difference was one moved from truth, the other from imitation. This is inner mastery, to act from a place so aligned that your energy becomes unmistakable. When your actions rise from honest intention, discipline, and clarity, they gain a force that cannot be stolen. Blessings follow that force. Opportunities respond to it. Life opens to it. And no matter how closely someone shadows your steps, they will never carry the energy that guides yours. The eyes are quick to judge, but the deeper senses move slowly, patiently, like water discovering the shape of a stone. This is where mindfulness begins. Not in perfect stillness, but in the quiet willingness to truly see. Seeing beyond the surface is a discipline, a lived practice, refined through presence rather than effort. Mindfulness teaches that nothing is exactly as it first appears. A smile may hide tension. A compliment may carry calculation. A familiar gesture may be borrowed rather than born from within. Those who walk with clarity learn to sense these differences, not by suspicion, but by attunement. The chosen ones do not look harder. They see deeper. There is a story told among old practitioners about a monk who could predict storms days before the skies changed. When asked how he knew, he said he listened to the silence. The world speaks softly before it moves loudly, he explained. This is the same skill used to perceive authenticity in people. Their silence, their pauses, their subtle shifts reveal more than their words. Forced imitation has a stiffness to it, an energy that doesn't breathe. The person tries to align with your path, but their spirit cannot keep pace. Something feels slightly off. The rhythm, the timing, the intention. You sense a mismatch, as though their actions and their inner state are not connected by the same thread. Real alignment, on the other hand, feels effortless. It doesn't demand attention, it flows. There is coherence between what a person says and what their energy carries. Their presence does not pull or push. It simply exists. Mindfulness sharpens this awareness. You begin to feel truth the way a musician hears when a note is out of tune, not through analysis, but through resonance. And with time, this clarity becomes a natural shield, guiding you toward those who honor your path and away from those who only imitate it. There is a strength that does not shout, a movement that does not strain, a victory that arrives without the need to conquer. This is the essence of Wu Wei, the power of non-force. It teaches that the universe responds not to manipulation but to alignment. What belongs to you rises naturally when your inner world is steady and your path is clean. In ancient practice, the students who trained the hardest were often the ones who learned to stop forcing outcomes. The master would say, "A river never fights for its direction, yet it reaches the ocean before the stones that resist it." This was not poetry, it was a lesson in energy. When you remain aligned, life carries you. When you chase, life evades you. Imitators live in the opposite rhythm. They try to pull what is not theirs. Attention, opportunities, recognition, even your spiritual identity. Their movements are full of effort, reaching, gripping. They believe that if they mimic your steps closely enough, they will arrive where you are going. But Wu Wei reveals the flaw in their thinking. Blessings are not objects. They are frequencies. They answer to authenticity, not imitation. What is meant for you resonates with your intention, your sacrifices, and your inner discipline. It cannot be lured away by someone else's performance. And even if an imitator manages to grasp a piece of your path for a moment, it will not stay in their hands. Anything built on deception weakens itself. It collapses because there is no root beneath it. Non-force is not passivity, it is mastery. It is the understanding that your energy creates openings long before your actions do. When you walk with ease, life aligns with you. When you force, everything resists. What is yours moves toward you without struggle. and what is not meant for you falls away, no matter who tries to claim it. Energy does not shout, yet it speaks clearly to those who know how to listen. Guarding your energy field begins with this understanding, that protection is not a wall you build out of fear, but a presence you cultivate from within. When a person stands in their center, rooted like an ancient tree, the world feels their strength long before they ever lift a hand. In the old teachings, a master once told his students that the strongest defense is a quiet, unwavering mind. Fear scatters chi, doubt weakens it, but grounded presence gathers your energy back into your body. It creates a natural boundary, one that others can sense even if they do not understand it. This presence says, without words, my spirit is not open for negotiation. Self-respect deepens this boundary. When you honor your own time, your own silence, your own intuition, you stop allowing people to enter your life through deception or imitation. The ones who come with hidden motives feel the resistance immediately. It is not hostility. It is simply the recognition that your energy cannot be borrowed. When chi is strong, it circulates in a way that protects your opportunities and your spiritual inheritance. Your blessings remain tied to your essence, not to your appearance or actions. This is why no one can siphon what is meant for you when you are aligned. Your energy becomes too coherent, too focused, too alive to be drained. There is a natural repelling effect that occurs. Those who try to duplicate your essence find themselves uncomfortable in your presence. Their attempts to copy you lose momentum. Their intentions become visible. The more grounded you become, the faster the false ones reveal themselves. Guarding your energy is not about fighting the shadows around you. It is about strengthening the light within you until imitation can no longer stand in its glow. There is a moment in every seeker's journey when the mind becomes quiet enough to hear the truth rising from the heart. This meeting place, where thought and feeling move in the same direction, is the essence of Sin heart-mind alignment. It is one of the most valued Shaolin teachings because it shapes a person into someone who cannot be mistaken, replaced, or convincingly imitated. When the heart and mind unite, your life stops moving in fragments. Your choices no longer contradict your inner knowing. Your silence carries meaning. Your words carry weight. Even the way you pause before speaking reveals a deeper coherence. This unity creates a signature that cannot be forged, because it is not learned, it is lived. In the temple, a story was told of two warriors who practiced the same forms. One moved with perfect technique, but his movements felt hollow. The other moved with less precision, yet every gesture had substance. The difference was Sin. One acted from calculation, the other from connection. The second warrior's presence felt unmistakable. No imitation could capture the depth behind his simplicity. This is why an impersonator always struggles. They copy what they see but cannot embody what they do not feel. Their decisions are scattered. Their tone shifts depending on who is watching. Their silence is uncomfortable, filled with uncertainty. They move from confusion, not truth. The authentic one, aligned in heart and mind, moves differently. There is steadiness in their steps, clarity in their choices, and an inner harmony that shapes their entire energy. Nothing about them is forced. Nothing is borrowed. Their presence carries the resonance of someone who knows who they are and where they are going. When Sin is strong within you, imitation loses its power. Those who try to mirror you fade, not because you resist them, but because clarity always outshines confusion. There comes a point when a person grows tired of being shaped by the world around them. They stop asking, do they approve, and begin asking, is this aligned with who I am? This shift is the birth of inner authority, the quiet confidence that rises from within and no longer depends on external echoes. In ancient practice, students were taught to bow to the master, but even that bow was symbolic. The real authority was meant to be discovered inside themselves. As one teacher said, a disciple who walks only by my voice will lose his way the moment I fall silent. This teaching carried a deeper meaning. The one who learns to trust their own center becomes impossible to manipulate. When you no longer chase validation, something remarkable happens. The influence of anyone who tries to imitate you begins to fade. Their entire strategy relies on your attention, your emotions, your reactions, they gain energy only when you give them something to mirror. When you stop responding, their reflection loses power. They cannot feed on what you no longer offer. Inner authority brings a stability that pretenders cannot match. While they shift with every environment, you remain grounded. While they adjust themselves to maintain an image, you simply remain who you are. This steadiness creates a natural contrast, one that exposes deception without you ever needing to confront it. There is a saying in old teachings, a centered mind cannot be stolen from. This is because stability is a form of spiritual protection. It dissolves illusions the way sunlight dissolves mist. The person rooted in themselves becomes transparent in intention, consistent in presence, and unmistakable in energy. Living from inner authority is not rebellion, it is mastery. And the more deeply you inhabit your own truth, the less room imitation has to survive around you. True fortune flows to the essence, not the reflection. In the quiet halls of ancient training, masters would remind students that what the world often praises, status, appearance, skill, is only surface. Real blessings attach to who you are, not what you display. They resonate with your inner frequency, the depth of your discipline, and the harmony between your spirit and your actions. Many who try to imitate someone believe they can inherit success by copying gestures or achievements. They may echo your words, repeat your routines, or mirror your accomplishments. For a time, they might catch glimpses, shadows of what moves through your life, but shadows cannot hold substance. The energy behind your choices, the silent work done when no one is watching, the alignment between your heart and mind, these are the magnets that draw what is truly meant for you. Ancient Shaolin teachings describe energy as a river. The surface may be stirred by wind or imitation, but the current that runs deep carries what is meant to reach its destination. Those who attempt to manipulate the surface can disturb only the foam. They cannot redirect the current itself. Your blessings flow through the coherence of your being, through your attention, your patience, and your presence. This principle encourages inner mastery. It reminds you to cultivate identity over image, character over applause. When your frequency aligns with your purpose, the universe responds naturally. Opportunities, insight, and support appear, not because you chase them, but because you resonate at the level where they are drawn. In this way, the path of the authentic soul remains untouchable. The imitator may follow the outline, but they cannot step into the fullness. What is yours flows inevitably, quietly, and powerfully, guided by who you truly are, rather than by the shadow of what others see. Stillness is not emptiness. It is the place where the noise of imitation, deception, and distraction falls away, leaving only the quiet pulse of truth. In the teachings of the ancients, it is said that when the mind stops chasing and the heart stops reacting, clarity rises naturally, like dawn breaking over dark waters. In this space, the impersonator can no longer hide. Their actions, once cloaked in mimicry, reveal themselves as hollow. Every forced gesture, every borrowed word, every attempt to step into your path becomes visible in its weakness. The universe does not need your intervention. It simply aligns with the truth. Like shadows under sunlight, falsehoods collapse when exposed to stillness. There is a story from the temple of a student who was distracted by someone trying to take credit for his work. Frustration clouded his thoughts for weeks until the master instructed him to sit in silent meditation each morning. In those hours of stillness, he began to see clearly. The imitator's patterns became obvious, their limitations undeniable. Without confrontation, the situation resolved itself. The student's calm presence was enough to allow the truth to unfold. Stillness also anchors you. When you are centered, the pull of external chaos weakens. The mind stops scattering energy on what is not yours, and the spirit steps fully into its own path. You no longer chase recognition, validation, or outcomes that belong to others. Instead, you move in harmony with your own rhythm, guided by inner mastery rather than reaction. The lesson is simple yet profound. The truth always rises when given space. It does not require force, argument, or struggle. By cultivating stillness, you allow clarity to illuminate what is real, dissolve what is false, and secure your place on the path that was always meant for you. The path of the chosen ones is unique and cannot be mirrored. Your energy, your intention, and the alignment of your heart and mind create a signature that no one can replicate. By practicing Shaolin principles, cultivating Shen to sense truth, Yi to act with intention, embracing Wu Wei through non-force, remaining mindful, protecting your qi and unifying heart and mind, you rise above imitation and step fully into your own power. What is truly yours flows to you effortlessly. What is taken through deception cannot endure. Your blessings, your purpose, and your authentic path remain secure when you honor your inner discipline and mastery. These teachings are not just ideas, they are practices to integrate into daily life. Observe your energy, act from intention, and respond with calm presence. Allow stillness to reveal clarity, and trust that the universe aligns with authenticity. As you carry these lessons forward, remember your light is unmistakable and your journey is yours alone. Stay grounded in your truth, and the shadows of imitation will dissolve naturally. Thank you for joining this reflection today. May your path remain clear, your energy protected, and your spirit strong. If this message resonates, subscribe to Shaolin Soulfire to continue walking the path of inner mastery, and like this video to honor the wisdom that guides your journey.